Hello, POSimulator viewers. My name is Roscoe1337, and Eternal offered me to upload a few Pokemon Online battles for you guys, so I said, sure, why not? So today I got a battle here from when I was laddering on the Smogon University PO server. It is against a user named McRandom. I'm running a hyper offense team, and I guess you could say he's running like a sand team. So let's hop right into this. I'm gonna leave with my Deoxy speed here, of course, and I'm just gonna go for the Stealth Rock. Kind of a questionable move because I am a dual screener, and I could have just gone for the light screen, but I'm not really sure what I was thinking at the time that I did that. So I do get up my light screen, but if I would have set it up the first turn, I would have been able to get up my Reflect and my Stealth Rocks, and possibly been able to taunt and give my Scrafty easier setup. So I do go into my Scrafty now, and he T-Waves, which is just fine because I'm Lumbear, and I go for a Dragon Dance here. And I'm thinking, Scrafty, I know you can do this. I go for Crunch, and just 71%, so Scrafty, you really suck, okay? So he does T-Wave me, and he goes to his Tyranitar. Really risky play because a Drain Punch could have killed this Celebi from where it was, but it does work out for him in the end because I did go for the Crunch on that turn, so now he does go for the superpower because he obviously outspeeds because I am paralyzed, even at +1. So I know that he's a choice set and he's locking the superpower. So I go into my Rizzy and I go for his Swords Dance. He goes for a -1 superpower and crits me. So things are really not looking good for me right now because it's turn 7 and I'm down 6-3. So I really got my back in the corner right now. So right here I go into my Dragonite. I should have went into Terrakion, but I went into Dragonite. I set up a Dragon Dance and he goes into his Heatran. I don't have Earthquake, but I do know from experience that this Outrage will do about 45%, as you see right there. And he does roar me out, which is just fine because I'd rather him roar me out and just have me damaged because he has no Stealth Rocks up. So I know he's going to go into his Celebi as Death Fodder because it's no longer needed. And I'm just going to go for the Rock Polish, taking advantage of that move. And he goes into his. I went for Rock Polish because I thought this was Scarf originally, but it was his T-Tar. I go for the close combat, and it doesn't do a lot, so it lets me know he's a bulky Rotom. And he is going to burn my Terrakion, which is crippled. And this is not really looking too good for me right now. He's definitely got the advantage right now. But I do go for the Swords Dance because I just thought he was going to kill me, to be honest. But he goes for the Pain Split here, which is somewhat of a questionable move also. I guess maybe he thought I would switch. I'm not sure. But I hit him with a +2 close combat while I'm burned. Does 45%. And I guess that's decent damage. And he goes for Hydro Pump and he misses, which is sweet justice. Because he crit my Virizion. So sweet justice. Terrakion dodging them hits. So he goes into his Tyranitar, pretty much his death fodder. And I do kill that with a close combat. So Terrakion's putting in a little more work than I thought, even though it's burned. So he goes into his Landers this turn. And I go for the Stone Edge, and it does 58%, which is that's damage I'm perfectly fine with. And he reluctantly goes for the Earthquake. Must have forgot that I had the Air Balloon item. So now he goes into his Rotom, realizing his mistake, and Rotom does go down. So I got one more attack left, and he goes into his Gengar for some reason, and then he switches out into his Landers. I don't really understand the point of that because he could have just switched into Landers because I wasn't going to switch out or anything. So that was somewhat of a questionable move also. All he did was take Stellar Rock damage. So now he goes into his last, which is Gengar. And I'm going to go into my Dragonite here. And I'm pretty sure he's a sub-disable set, so I decided to go for a Dragon Dance right here. And now that, well, I don't see leftovers on this Gengar, so it's probably the Life Orb one, but then again, you can never be so sure. So now I go for the Fire Punch, he subs, so he was probably hoping I would go for the Outrage so he could disable that, but I wasn't really falling for it. So I Outrage on this turn now, and it does a lot. It doesn't quite kill, but his Gengar will go down to the Sandstorm. And his last is Heatran, and seeing from the damage earlier, it did 46%. He's at 40. Another Outrage will kill his Heatran. So that was a pretty good game. It really shows how Dragonite really handles the metagame. It can really take over some battles. It can really do some damage if you give it the chance. That's why, children, today's lesson is lay up Stealth Rock. So thanks for having me, guys. Hopefully if this video gets some good feedback, I'll be on the channel again. So like, comment, subscribe, check me out, all that. Peace.